Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad, and if you don't know, I'm retired now for about 3 or 4 months. I am building out my portfolio. I'm doing a test on Roundhill and Yieldmax to build out other funds. So how's this test coming along? I bought equal amount, $1,000 into Roundhill, into QDTE, XCTE, and RDTE. I also built out what I'm going to call my Propulsion 8, or whatever you want to call it, my Yieldmax best 8 funds that are momentum based. That's what I did. I did it on momentum. And we'll cover these, each one, and talk about them and where did it end up. I'm taking half the distributions, reinvesting them back into the funds. I'm taking half of the distributions, building out CLOZ and BTCI. Those are the 2 funds I'm building out with half of the distributions as we go forward. I can tell you that it's a fun experiment, and we'll see how this plays out in the future. Who knows? Maybe this works out, maybe it doesn't, but let's talk about it. So, Roundhill. Right now, that fund is worth $1,011. Woohoo! Made some headways there. You can see the fund. I'm actually looking at the fund. Pretty cool, Brad. You actually got yourself onto the slide somehow. But it's doing okay. It's not doing a very large distribution into CLOZ and BTCI. This is going to be a very slow, painful growth over the next 2.5 years. If I look at Yieldmax did significantly better. Right now, Misty's down. Right now, Tesla's down. That's to be expected. Not complaining whatsoever. Maybe they go up. Maybe they go down. Don't know. But when I look at what I was able to put into CLOZ and BTCI, I was allowed to put in significantly more funds into these 2 funds, doing it this way than Roundhill. Does this hold up? Do these underlines go to 0? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe they go to 0 and it won't matter. But right now, Yieldmax is winning. Brad looks at momentum on Seeking Alpha. So he goes out, looks at the momentum, and he grades the funds off those momentum. Other funds are coming up, but he's going to wait until a fund turns to a C before he removes it from this experiment. There's no reason to just jump in and out of funds. I'm slow, methodical, not a fund jumper. Try not to be. So right now, Group A. Group A is Tesla and TSN. Those still are the ones that have the highest momentum grades. They are the ones that are in the fund. Group B, PLTR, and NVIDIA are still the 2 that lead the way. They have the highest momentum grade. Again, I'm not taking anything out unless the momentum grade drops. So right now, those 2 are the highest momentum. Group C is Coney and Netflix. Coin and Netflix. They have the highest grade. They're doing the best for the grade wise. They're the 2 that are still in the fund, and these are the 2 that I started with. Group D, MSTR and Square. Those are the 2 funds I started with. Those are the 2 funds with the highest momentum grade. There's a couple other funds coming up behind it. AI, Amazon. I can see why you might want to jump into those. But right now, the momentum grade is the highest on MSTR and Square. If something becomes higher, I'm going to be very slow and methodical about taking something out. I'll go and look at the quant rating, but I'm not jumping out of these funds just because they're down 1 week or the next. The momentum really has to change. And if it's a C, it's going to get deleted. That's plain and simple. If I take a look at my symbols as of yesterday, hey, everything stayed the same. There is no changes. Everything is exactly the way that I began it. Everything has the correct momentum. I'm in at the correct spots. So why would I be changing anything? I'm not. Calling it, we're just going to continue to move forward. No reason to change any funds because they still have the highest momentum grade. So what are the distributions this week that I can expect coming in? QDTE is going to be $1.84. My RDTE is $2.08, and my XDTE is $1.48. $5.39. What I normally will do, what I'm going to do, is I'm going to put $1 back into QDTE, $1 back into RDTE, and $1 back into XDTE, and just wait it out to see if I have enough funds to even buy anything else. Right now, I'm going to say I may not even be able to buy anything into CLOZ or BTCI. There's just not enough dollars. And if it's not a whole dollar, I'm not reinvesting it. That's my opinion about Yieldmax. So far, the distributions have not been high enough for me to be able to fully reinvest everything every week. And that's a little bit concerning, but hey, this is a longer term play. Maybe these funds need to be built out a little bit more. Maybe I should have started with a little bit more. But hey, I'm not going to gamble a lot of money into these funds thinking that, hey, this is just an experiment. I'm just calling it as it is. But right now, Roundhill is lagging in distributions. When I look at Yieldmax, well, I picked fast horses. I definitely picked the momentum runners. So NVIDIA, I have 6.5 shares. I'm expecting at $7.75. PLTY, I have 1.8 shares. I'm expecting $6.24, giving me $13, almost $14. I'll take a few dollars and invest it back into NVIDIA, a few dollars and invest it back into PLTY, call it good. I'll split the other funds equally and invest them back into clause and BTCI. So far, it is clearly Yieldmax leading the way. They are actually leading in dollars, but hey, this could all change. This could all change. This is just really the first week was last week. This is really just the second week. Not overly panicked. Really don't care. Just take it nice and slow, methodical. Let's see how this does for the next 2.5 years. This is only week 2. Lots of time for lots of things to change. But right now, it looks like I still have the correct funds. It looks like the momentum's still correct on the ones that we picked or I picked. And Roundhill is slowly going to be building out very long. So I hope that you enjoy this video. Hopefully it was educational. I know some people are following along, wanting to know what my picks are, and I'm only using that momentum grade. Nothing has changed. So far, so good. If anything changes, I will do the video earlier in the week, but right now it's going to be a Wednesday video. Unless something jumps out and I'm going to swap a fund, I will do the video earlier in the week. But right now, there's nothing to change. We're just going to continue to play it out. Until next time, God bless.